come back here and start with information technology.
Well, good morning, board. I'm Shane French with Information Technology. This year, as far as accomplishments, I would say the most visible accomplishment to both the public and to staff is going to be the new website and content management system. We finished up that project about a month ago in total. You know, the big motivation for that project was to allow departments to more easily update their content on the site. Obviously, the old site needed a redesign. It was getting pretty old. But, you know, the thing that I heard from a lot of departments was, hey, you know, it's very difficult to update the site. And that's really important in terms of messaging to the public. And, you know, updated content is becoming more and more critical every day as we go forward. So I think, you know, that was an important project for us. And for departments, you know, departments now are able to get in there and update and keep their content fresh. And so that's been a really good thing. We did a lot of work to secure county information resources, always doing that, obviously. It's becoming more and more critical every day that we respond and really be proactive about threats that are coming to us every day in the cybersecurity space. You know, I have on there continued support of secure network access. So obviously we have a lot of folks working remotely, have since COVID-19. You know, that continues to be an area where we really need to make sure that we have our due diligence done in terms of making sure that these resources are secure as well, because obviously you have folks working from home. It's basically completely outside our firewall. And so it's important that we employ advanced tactics to make sure that that every device that's connected to our network, no matter where it's connected from, is secured appropriately. Another, you know, I guess, project that I'm really excited about, you guys have heard a few people talk about the Laserfish system this year. Departments are starting to use that. This is a platform for not only document storage and retention, management, lifecycle management of documents, all tools we've maybe had bits and pieces of in places, but never had a complete solution. We kind of have a complete solution now, and I think that's really exciting. And departments are starting to leverage that, and I think as we learn more and more about that, you know, you're going to see a lot of growth there in terms of our you know, document management strategy. You know, maturity. I think that's going to be an important piece for a lot of departments. The other thing that's really great about that is it does allow for you know, a lot of workflow management. You know, we have a lot of different disparate tools on our network that allow departments to do things, but a lot of them don't talk to each other. And so it's nice to have something out there that will allow us to have processes that allow departments to collaborate more easily between the departments. As far as points of emphasis, you know, obviously, I'm always kind of harping on the information security piece. It's just becoming a bigger and bigger part of the job of being an IT department. The threats that we face are just increasing, I would say, moment by moment. So we really put a lot of focus there. As far as, you know, I would say the biggest part of our job is the one that might not be as visible, which again is just supporting departments in their initiatives. That's where the majority of our time is spent, because that's where the demands come. So we like to obviously prioritize those projects that departments have. And of course, just as I mentioned, you know, obviously we want to expand that use of electronic workflows. You know, we started doing quite a lot of that during the beginning of the pandemic. And it's become quite the norm, I think, for departments now. And I think, you know, we're just seeing more and more of it. And I just think that, you know, having the right tools is just going to be a game changer for the county, and I think I'm really excited about that. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Comments? Supervisor Green?
Yeah, just thank you for highlighting the Laserfish and mentioning the workflows. Exciting to hear some departments are starting to leverage that. Workflows don't invent themselves. The software isn't going to do that. It's going to be the department heads and staff kind of working on, oh, we have this brand new storage system. What do we do with it? But I think continued diligence in doing that will be important. One thing you and I discussed during the orientation, not really highlighted here, is one, this ongoing need, a constant drumbeat for security, and yet this kind of increasing accommodation, if you will, for personal devices and stuff like that. I think we'll probably have some, hopefully, room in the coming year to talk about that. We absolutely are facing very critical threats to our cyber infrastructure, phishing, spear phishing for officials now, I've found out. But something has to give. So I do think there's probably a little bit of a disconnect and strong emphasis on security on our desktop platforms, but an unfortunate reliance on personal devices in the actual execution of our daily duties, depending on department. So just wanted to emphasize that. And with that, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more.
I just wanted to highlight, and I'm not sure if it's been put out, but there was an email from last week from one of the state representatives, and I won't go too far into it, but the main paragraph that I loved hearing was, I've attended my share of BOS meetings in other counties, and Lake County stands out as being organized, intelligent, aware, engaged, and clearly there to serve the people. In addition, that you manage to keep everything running smoothly on Zoom and in person, it is stunning. This may all seem normal to you, but if you attend meetings in other counties, you will see that Lake County is at a higher level than most. And so I just want to highlight that because I know your department helps. Of course, I know Sam plays a big role. And so I don't know if you were able to, be told about that, but I just wanted to, say that to you. So,
Well, I really do appreciate that. And, I think Sam and Jake, my department actually, they both do such a great job with the meetings, and they really put all this together. And, like that individual mentioned, it doesn't work super great in a lot of places. So it really speaks a lot. And we just don't have the budget that those other counties tend to have. So, yeah, I really think that's well deserved.
Yet we're still above and beyond.
Yeah. So, do more with less.
Thank you, Shane. Okay, next, library.
Take a seat, if that's okay.
Come and join us.
So I'm Christopher Veach, County Librarian, and the library has accomplished so much in 2022, and we plan to do so much more in 2023, but I boiled it down to these highlights. So in 2022, use of the library increased. Total checkouts of materials, both digital and physical books and other items, was 213,980. And for physical materials, the library had 155,895 checkouts, which is a 12% increase compared to the prior year. And we also have digital checkouts continue to grow, and we had 58,085 checkouts in 2022. So that's a continuing larger share of our checkouts, but physical materials grows as well. So this increase in use is due in part to the resources and work put into refreshing and revitalizing the library collection, both with funding from your board and all the work of library staff to ensure the library collection of materials is relevant and appealing to Lake County. Also, with library use increasing, attendance at library events has also increased, almost tripling from the year before. In 2022, the library hosted over 550 events with an attendance of over 9,500. So these are programs for children and adults, but the most popular programs are for children, such as our weekly story times and Lego clubs, among others. So children's events really have the highest attendance at the library, but we have something for everyone. Also during 2022, we, with the support of a grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services, we launched Books by Mail and started lending Wi-Fi hotspots. So Books by Mail provides increased access to the library for homebound residents, and this ensures that every resident of Lake County, regardless of their transportation, is able to use the library and receive physical materials through the mail. And we also started lending those Wi-Fi hotspots so members of the public can visit their local library and check out a Wi-Fi hotspot and take it home to access the internet, which has been very much in demand at our library branches. We also, in other library of things besides just books, we bought and lend additional Chromebooks to the public, and we have state park passes that people can check out a park pass to visit our state park for free. We also expanded our seed lending library from just Middletown to every branch of the library, so residents can check out seeds, grow them, and then save the seeds and return them to the library for other people to check out. And we also secured a number of grants in 2022, which we'll be working on in 2023. So in spring 2022, the library secured a grant from the state for mobile library access, which will help us purchase a customized Sprinter van to serve as a bookmobile and outreach vehicle. And that should be here in March of 2023, very soon, if everything goes correctly. The library also won a grant to conduct a National Endowment for the Arts Big Read program, which is a federal grant. And this will occur starting in February 2023. Our first event is this Friday, so go to lakecountybigread.com for our whole schedule of events that will occur during February and March. And we also won funds through the California State Library Building Forward Library Infrastructure Program. We've been awarded over $1 million for capital improvements at our library branches. Those projects will occur over a number of years, and this will fund projects such as adding solar panels to our 3 largest branches. If you want to move on to slide 3, throughout the upcoming year, our goals are to work on those grants to bring those additional resources to Lake County. As I mentioned, the bookmobile will be arriving this year, and we'll begin to work closely with Lake County Public Services and other departments to address the projects at the library facilities in accordance with that grant plan. And we also want to continue work on our library collection to ensure we have the books and other materials that Lake County residents need in the format that they prefer, whether that's physical or digital. We're really committed to those goals of the board's 2028 priorities, and I really look forward to playing our part in moving Lake County forward in 2023. Thank you.
So you make libraries exciting, and there are comments out there questioning the relevance of libraries in our communities. But as we've gone through the pandemic, we have come to understand that they are communication hubs and they are centers of our communities. And the work that you and your team does to keep them relevant is so critical. And my family is a big library user. We use all of the digital platforms, and we go check out books and we wait for them to. So I just really appreciate that we have been able to adapt and thrive. And our communities are definitely reaping the benefits of all this innovation that you and your team have brought to our library system.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay.